This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Bottoms up, bottoms up.
This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent.
And the truth will set you free.
He covers everything from high school to the pros and everything in between here in the Tri-Cities.
Hey, come with me.
Now, let's go to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's right, folks. This is Steve the Truth alongside of Harry Clary. This is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth featuring Harry Clary every Monday night at 6 o'clock right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. Welcome to today's show. Harry, how was your weekend, buddy?
Oh, everything's great. Did a lot of outdoor work, got all burned up in the sun. It was fun.
Yeah, the grass looks nice here at the station. Well, we got a big show. First half of the show today, we're going to have Coach Henderson from Hopewell High School talk about his coaching career and a little bit about the Shrimp Fest coming up this Saturday from 2 to 5 there at Crystal Lake. In the second half of the show, got a real treat for you. We will be talking with another Mr. Henderson, the father of Hopewell's own TreVeyon Henderson, who is ready to be drafted into the National Football League this weekend, hopefully. And that will be in the second half of the show. So, Harry, today is Monday, and we have on this date.
That's right, and today's show is going to be called Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, that's a good one.
On this day in sports history, in 1904, Ty Cobb made his professional debut for the Augusta Tourist in the South Atlantic League. Well, they must have been tourists. He wasn't there very long.
Yeah.
All right, the 1964 Pirates and the Cubs played each other and combined for 9 home runs in one game in 1964. That was quite a feat.
Yeah.
And the Pirates won that game 8-5. Here's one for you. Everybody knows, and I'm sure Herman knows too, Billy Martin was a character.
Yeah.
In 1977, he put the lineup in a hat, drew the names out of a hat to determine who was going to play in the lineup, and they beat the Blue Jays 8-6.
That's pretty good. The Yankees were pretty good back then.
Yeah, if you can pull it out of a hat. 1994, Eddie Murray sets the record for switch hitting and hit 11 home runs switch hitting in 1 year. Pretty good feat. And on this day, Virginia Tech quarterback in 1991, Michael Vick, was picked number 1 by the Atlanta Falcons.
That's right.
And we have birthdays today also. Ken Caminetti, he was born in 1963. He was third baseman for the Astros and the Padres, and he was National League MVP in 1996. Also, Tony Romo, born on this day, 1980, who was most famous for fumbling a snap on a field goal, 21-yard field goal against Seattle Seahawks in 2006, I believe it was.
Do you remember where you were at when that happened?
I was at your house.
Yeah, we're at Ronnie Bell, just leaving Olive Garden because we had an Olive Garden bet so far as fantasy football. Yeah, but moving on, I'm going to talk a little bit about Hopewell sports and get you set for this week here on Fox Sports Radio with the Hopewell lineup we got going. Of course, the baseball team will be taking on Petersburg tomorrow here at home. And that should be a big game there. Hopewell is 4-4 headed into this week. They play Petersburg on tomorrow, Tuesday. JV soccer at Petersburg. Varsity softball here at home against Petersburg tomorrow, and varsity soccer here at home at the football field tomorrow. All those games start at 6 o'clock, and tomorrow night's game you can hear right here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. And then later this week, Thursday, we have Thomas Dale coming to Hopewell High School. The soccer team will be playing Thomas Dale at the football field. The baseball team here at home at Forest Glass Field. And, of course, the Lady Devils will be taking on Thomas Dale right here. All games are at 6 o'clock, and you can hear that game here on Fox Sports Radio, WHAP, Hopewell, The Point. And Friday, they got a rare game at Lancaster High School. That's a good little drive in Lancaster Dream Fields. And that game is at 6 o'clock. And from what I hear, you can hear that game right here on WHAP, The Point, at 6 o'clock. You heard Harry speak of the Yankees and the Orioles. The Orioles took a big loss yesterday, 24-2. And they're sitting right now 9-12, 4.5 games out of the lead behind the New York Yankees. Of course, the Washington Capitals open up the playoffs tonight. Game 1 against Montreal. That game's tonight. And the NBA playoffs continue tonight. Detroit at New York. Game 2, New York is up 1-0. And the LA Clippers take on Denver. Denver's up 1-0 in that matchup. And both games are on TNT, and they start at 7:30. That gets you caught up with everything that's going on right now. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have Coach Henderson from Hopewell High School with us and the Hopewell Optimist Club. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Fox Sports Radio 1340 WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hello, Blue Devil fans. Ligon Jones Insurance is proud to support HHS student athletes. Now more than ever, people are realizing the importance of having a local agent to talk to for all their insurance needs, and we are ready to help. In many situations, Ligon Jones Insurance can offer you better coverage at a better price and include knowledge and service from agents with almost 100 years of combined experience. Located in downtown Hopewell, call us today at 804-458-8522. Visit our website at www.ligonjones.com or reach out via Facebook and see why we continue to grow each and every year with your support. Go Big Blue.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
doTERRA, where wellness meets nature. From immune-boosting On Guard to invigorating peppermint, along with everything in between. Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
That's right. That's what I said. We are back here at Fox Sports Radio WHAP Studios at this 9 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. This is the Bottom Line with Steve the Truth featuring Harry Clary. And the big news of the day is Ty White will be named as boys basketball, or should I say he was named boys basketball coach at Petersburg High School about a half hour ago. He returns to his alma mater where he played and was assistant. After a 15-year run with John Marshall and 7 state championships with John Marshall, he comes back. I say Central District, but he comes back to Petersburg, and he's going to be something to deal with here in the area right here in Group 3, I guess. Now joining me, of course, is the one, the only, Coach Henderson, Herman Henderson from Hopewell High School. Coach, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great today, Steve. Really had a good weekend, had a good Easter weekend, and things are looking good.
Yeah, it's like I said, it was a beautiful weekend. I got to sit out on the back porch with the grandkids and watch some wrestling. WrestleMania was this past weekend, so that was a lot of fun. Now, Coach, how long did you coach wrestling at Hopewell High School and other sports?
100 years. Well, Steve, I was, my first phase is football, of course, but I was 12 years as an assistant coach and 6 years as a head coach at Hopewell High School. And during that run, we had as the head coach, I was able to, or our team was able to master 3 Central District championships, 1 regional championship as a team, and we placed 3rd in the state. And this was back before, they broke up everything. This is back when you competed against Robinson High School of 4,800 students, and as a AAA team, and we did that in football too. So don't get me wrong, but it was really a good run. Things went well, and we were able during as in my head coaching tour, and I had some great assistants. Don't let go wrong there. And I was tutelaged under Clay Bennett and Ray Ward, which were my mentors in bringing me along as an assistant. But I had some great assistants at Hopewell also, and one of them was one of my sons, Michael Henderson. But we were able to have 5 state champions, individual state champions at Hopewell High School during that tenure.
And that's the Central District. Yeah, like you said, like back when football, we took on Thomas Dale when their enrollment was much bigger than ours.
Right.
It was, we got a small pool to draw from, and to get 5 state champions, that's good.
On the AAA level, it was 1 AAA for the whole state at that time. Mm-hmm. And I do don't get me wrong, I do like how it's been broken down now. To particularly when it comes to playoff times, it really makes it more even. But in wrestling, it's you want to find the best, you want to wrestle the best, and we looked for the best we could so that we would be ready if we wrestled in the Central District, or if we wrestled Central Region, or if we wrestled state. So that was one of our goals. But overall, I've been a coach for 50 years.
50 years.
I began in 72, and I asked my son if I could step down in 2022. That was my 50th year, and I was an assistant for Jim Henderson over at Monacan. And, so I said, son, I'm going to step down after this season. This is 50 years. I love it, and it's really been tough still, but I'm able to break free a little bit and get some things done. But
50 years is a long time for anything, but to coach and have the willpower and the effort and the motivation to do it that long, that's great by itself.
I was started in Tennessee, came back here to Virginia, and I was blessed by getting the opportunity to coach here at Hopewell. Back in the early 70s, at the first year I was coaching, we had Bobby Gay that year. Jack Stallard was the head coach at that time. I coached under Larry Carter, then came back and coached with my longtime friend and brother, Marshall Parker. And, Marshall and I are really close, even though we were hated each other in high school because I was at Prince George and he was at Hopewell.
Yeah, I bet that was a big rivalry back then.
Oh, it was. But I was in, like I said, I started in Tennessee, came back to Virginia, then I went to North Carolina for about 8 years. And I went to North Carolina without any children and returned with 3 sons and really was blessed with that. But we came back and hooked right back up with Marshall. I was a head coach down in Murfreesboro, North Carolina, and came back here in '86, and Marshall and I hooked right back up in '86. He was the head coach then, and I was with him all the way up through until he retired or stepped down, and I was with Ricky.
Coach Irby, yeah.
Ricky Irby, and he's a great young man too. But really been blessed. I've been blessed, Steve. I'm rambling a little bit, but I've been blessed to have great mentors like Coach Dal Shealy, Carson Newman, and Coach Jim Garrison down in Chowan at the time, and really got some good directions.
Yeah, if you're just joining us here on 1340 AM and 96.9 FM, Fox Sports Radio, this is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. Coach Herman Henderson is with us of Hopewell High School. And, Coach, you are a member of the coaching staff in 2003 when the boys won the state championship. I was at that state championship game, and like I said, just the whole I went to every game that season, and it was just a magical season.
Let me tell you, that was a nightmare of a season. It was Marshall and I pulled our hair out until we got to the playoffs. And when we got to the playoffs, Steve, and I say this, and if any of the guys that are out there listening, they know it was dog eat dog every game, and guys were. We had a little bit of bickering in the team, but when we came to playoffs, they vowed that they were going to be a team and play as a team, and it was a delight from that point on when we hit the first game and started forward. Because, like I said, we were. It seemed like that we were always trying to solve one thing and resolve another thing, and then we would finally get to the game Friday night. We'd get us a good W and go on. But then it was just sort of repeat history a little bit each week until we got everybody understanding that we were there for one reason, and now is the time to either shut up or put up. Yes. And let's go, because it was.
And then what we were talking about a little while ago, back then we were playing the Thomas Dales and in football where their enrollment is much bigger than ours, to where we competed, but y'all had a great team.
We really did, and that state championship game there at City Stadium, we didn't play a slouch there. Their student body was 3,200. Massaponax.
Yeah, Massaponax. Yeah, and like I said, it was a great game. I remember the game that was in Indian River. No, it was Oscar Smith High School, but it was Indian River that y'all were playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was very cold.
Oh, it was a little breezy. It was cold. But we got warm. And, I think young man took it out there and kicked the fool out of that ball to start out with and woke them up. So, we had, we really, it was, like I said, each game in the playoffs, we were able to build from that one, and we took it into the next one. And it was like nobody was going to let somebody fall down. It was, they were always going to pick somebody up. So that's where I'm saying that they played as a team.
Yeah. Now, speaking of team and athletes, in your opinion, who was the best athlete you ever coached or seen live, I guess, per se?
Okay. It's
hard.
That's not fair because my sons may also be listening. But anyhow, I came back, and my first year coaching here was Bobby Gay, All-American, one of the All-Americans back then that announced in high school, All-American, and he went to UNC, and he was a great
I've heard a lot of stories
and
about
he could run the ball well too. He's and I had the opportunity a little bit later on to coach his brother Jimmy Gay. But and then you had Monsanto Pope that played a little bit of pro ball, and he
played with the Jets and the Broncos out of Hopewell. And for college football, he played UVA.
UVA, correct.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided that football was going to be his ticket rather than basketball. He's a great athlete, so he could play both sides really well. I mean, he could play on the court and he could play on the field. But then again, you come around to somebody that was a 3-sport letterman and could do things that were very unique and different. And now this is just me coaching kids, whatever. Mm-hmm. And it would have to be, I'd have to give a shout out to Jared Brown because, he played, well, we had several guys play both sides of the ball. So that wasn't totally unique, but he could play both sides of the ball very well. We had a great quarterback that year in Lee Bujakowski. Mm-hmm. We had guys that could, we had that guys could really go, but Jared could show a unique, and different aspect there.
A couple games in that state championship year, he scored. He was counted for all the points, the touchdowns and the extra points. Right. The 17 they scored against Indian River, I think, in the playoffs. He scored, kicked the field goal, 2 extra points, and the touchdowns.
And even something like returning a onside kick.
Yeah, in the state championship game, that was beautiful to see.
Really unique, and so there's several, and I would hate to, but like I said, probably the youngest, or maybe, I don't know if I really want to say the youngest, but the one that it would be, the most recent would have to be Jared.
Like I said, it's 21 minutes past the hour. I am Steve the Truth. This is the Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. I'm here with Coach Henderson of Hopewell High School Sports. And Coach, this Saturday is a big day with the Hopewell Optimist Club.
Yes, Steve, it really is, and we're very active with the youth and in the community here. And this, just a couple of sidebars here. Well, I've been a member since '98, and that was the year that we really first started the shrimp feast. So that just sort of both together there, and we have over 80 members, and we are one of the largest individual clubs in the International Optimist Association. Like I said, we have over 80. I think we're up to 87 right now. We have
hopefully next Thursday you'll be up to 88.
Yeah. Well, we might get that 88. Right?
Yeah. Now, speaking of, let the ones that are not aware of what the Optimist Club does in the community, let them know what it's all about.
Okay, we do an awful lot for kids, and that's our goal. We do every athletic sports banquet at Hopewell High School. We provide that for the fall, winter, and spring sports. We sponsor a youth golf tournament. Well, we enter in the Optimist Youth golf tournament to go to the international. We're in Hobie, which is the Hugh O'Brien Leadership Program. We do an essay contest. We have our fishing tournament for kids ages 3 to 12.
I think that's coming up June 7th.
June 7th, exactly. We have what we call the Baseball Classic, and that is going to be revitalized again this year with the help of Andy Weaver. And we sponsor girls softball, Prince George girls softball program. And we also do youth and government. We sponsor our Christmas family. We do regional, Appomattox regional reading program. And we also give out $6,000 in scholarships to Hopewell High School and to Prince George High School to graduating seniors. We give $3,000 to Hopewell, $3,000 to Prince George to graduating seniors. And so those are just some of the things that we do have, that we have been able to do, and with that.
Yeah, and like you said, the Optimists is a big part of the community. They're all about giving back to the community, as he said, to the youth, and the scholarships to give the young people out there an advantage headed into the real world or to the college level. Now, the Shrimp Feast is this weekend. Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake will be down at Crystal Lake. It'll be from 2 to 5. The tickets are going very fast. We have an awful lot of people that are returning annually. This Shrimp Feast began, like I said, in '98. It was put together by Tommy Brockwell and Andy Gibbs, and they saw the opportunity. It started out downtown in the old Safeway parking lot and close to the library there, and we moved from there. I think it was about year 2000 over to the Ray Brohill parking lot in that area right there on the corner where the it's right there on the corner of what is that, Randolph Road and I'm drawing a blank right now. But anyhow, and then in 2007 we moved down to Crystal Lake, and we were doing these on Wednesdays before. And we got the right at about 2007, right about then, we decided to try to hit the last Saturday in April and try to hit that yearly. And so this would really be like our 27th consecutive year, but we did have to take a little hiatus with the COVID during that time. But we did come back and do what we called a shrimp drive-through at that time. So it wasn't the Shrimp Feast per se, but it was, we did provide that. Couple of things, the admission, you probably want to get an advance admission ticket. They're $25 if you choose to go with just soft drink, and if you wish to have beer or wine, it is $35. It will be additional $5 at the gate if you don't already have a ticket, because we want to make sure that we fill everything up. But that's that's basically where we are. I tell you what, we've got over half the club that is actually going to be working the event. And you can't say that about too many clubs. And this is one thing that our club can say when we have about, like I said, 87 members, and we have 50 of them working the event. And some of them, some of them are going to be there from sun up to sundown.
Yeah. Well, Coach, thanks for joining us today, folks. And don't forget that this Saturday, Shrimp Fest, get your tickets in advance if you can. You save $5.
Yep.
And should be a lot of fun. Mike Barnes will be out there, be our entertainment. Should be a lot of fun. And he plays some great music out there. And where else would you want to be with a 75-degree day, 2 to 5?
Right.
Shrimp Fest right there at Crystal Lake. Coach, thanks so much for joining us. And like I said, I'll be out there working with you this Saturday.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah, it should be fun.
We'll have a lot to do.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, as Harry said in the opening, it's Harry and the Hendersons. Mr. Henderson, TreVeyon Henderson's dad, his poppy, is going to be right here in studio with us, talking a little bit about the NFL draft coming up and how proud a parent can be at this point in time. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Mr. Henderson will be with us right here on Fox Sports Radio, WHAP, The Point. Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
Hello, Blue Devil fans. Ligon Jones Insurance is proud to support HHS student athletes. Now more than ever, people are realizing the importance of having a local agent to talk to for all their insurance needs, and we are ready to help. In many situations, Ligon Jones Insurance can offer you better coverage at a better price and include knowledge and service from agents with almost 100 years of combined experience. Located in downtown Hopewell, call us today at 804-458-8522. Visit our website at www.ligonjones.com or reach out via Facebook and see why we continue to grow each and every year with your support. Go Big Blue.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
doTERRA, where wellness meets nature, from immune-boosting On Guard to invigorating peppermint, along with everything in between. Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383. or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now, let's get back to Steve the Truth with the bottom line.
That's what I said.
All right, we're back here on the Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. And Harry, it is just about the bottom of the hour, so it's time for Tony's Oily World of the Week.
Yes, it is. And feeling stuffy, struggling to breathe easy, meet your new best friend, doTERRA Breathe. This powerful essential oil combines laurel leaf, peppermint, eucalyptus, and more to open airways, clear sinuses, and promote restful sleep. Just a drop on your chest or a diffuser and relief. 100% natural, fast-acting, friendly, family-friendly. doTERRA Breathe, helping you inhale wellness, exhale stress. Want to learn more? Text wellness to 804-212-8571 and connect with Tony's Oily World today. That number again is 804-212-8571.
Or you could go right there to Car Brothers and check out Tony right there, and she will hook you up with all your oil needs. Of course, we go to Car Brothers every Monday night when we finished here with the radio show, and we got some big news coming here with the Bottom Line Sports, the Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, and featuring Harry Clary coming up the 1st of May about our time slot. It's big story coming up 1st of June, Harry.
Oh, you're not going to let the cat out of the bag?
No, we've got to wait till the 1st of June.
Okay.
But joining us now, Harry, the one, the only, Trent Henderson. Of course, I met him. His youngest son played baseball. I was helping Coach Billy Gray coach Little League Baseball out here at Mathis Field. and I got to know Trent a little bit there. And then we stood and watched a Hopewell football game for a while out there. And like I said, Trent, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank y'all for having me.
And of course, Trent, the big news is the NFL draft coming up this week, and you have a very small part in that with your son being TreVeyon Henderson. And I know I got some questions here, but as a parent, let the listeners know just how excited you are for your son and what he has done and the man that he has grown into be.
Well, TreVeyon always been humble. Good parents. Me and his mom always, took care of him. Always been a very smart kid, and it's kind of a little bit overwhelming. Starting all the way from soccer all the way up through, and now kind of accomplished all his goals and believing in his faith. Even helping more, with all the pressure, and calmness. So.
Yeah, like I said, everybody here in Hopewell, he's right now the favorite son of Hopewell, and like I said, going to have an opportunity to be drafted at all is a big accomplishment.
Right.
But possibly in the late first round or even in the second round, and being the ball player that he is, and with the faith that he has, there's no doubt he's going to be successful in whatever he does. Now, let's go back a little bit to his high school career. State championships, and he runs downhill. I mean, he will run over somebody. I've had, we all seen him play, and your thoughts about just at that time him winning state championship of what the vision and the.
Well, the crazy thing, it started in rec. I don't know if you remember when Peanut was coaching.
Yeah, I know Doug Edwards real well.
It started then. I used to get mad at Coach Herb because
Herb Williams.
Trey was a running back then. He was number one running back. Broke all the rec records, beat Chesterfield, everybody. Used to get mad at Herb because Trey would run. I said, "Dog, Herb, they not blocking for him." He thought, "Man, what you talking about? He already in the secondary before the line even come up off the line." And so the crazy thing is we started him out in soccer. I can't think of the guy named that old guy.
Johnny Nelson. Long hair?
Short hair. Drive a school bus.
He's the son of the. I know exactly who you're talking about.
His soccer
he's the coach now. The young one is the head coach of the soccer team now.
Mm-hmm. And so, and then I just even thinking about high school. I walked up to Irby on the field after one game, and I asked Coach Irby. I said, "When you gonna let Trey run the ball?" And he kind of laughed, like, "We'll see what we can do."
And that's when he was a freshman.
Yeah, never knew. I guess he didn't follow up on Trey, and I guess Nook got hurt in Trey sophomore year. They didn't have any backs left, and it's been on and popping ever since then. So, like I say, I'm proud of him, man. Then he been doing his thing. He just, like I said, just a humble kid, and you see him in the backfield. He played both ways in high school, all four quarters. Well, you've been following for a long time, so yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely an athlete. Now, getting up, let's go before we get to the college career, the recruiting process. Of course, all the major coaches in college football made a trip here to Hopewell High School. The Nick Sabans, all of them. So your thoughts on?
How did I say? Yeah, 41 D1 offers, top D1 offers.
Yeah, 41. That's great.
Yes, 41 top D1 offers. Could have went anywhere in the country. But, Coach Alford, I think he kind of grew a relationship with Coach Alford. Coach Alford kind of made him feel comfortable. So I think that's why he kind of picked Ohio State. But the recruiting process, like you say, he was gone every weekend, as far as going to schools and people coming to see him. And like I said, it's just been a blessing.
Yeah, it's like everybody is, like I said, the story is great. You don't see it in a hometown. You see it in small towns, not all the time, but a select few. And us as a community, we appreciate y'all, the Henderson family, for us just having us to see this happen and the magnitude that it's got to. And like I said, the college career with The Ohio State.
Right.
started off, that first year was great. The second year kind of humbled out, but the last 2 years, man, he is just...
Well, I think that second year, he probably could have ate a little bit more, but I think he was playing a little hurt that second year. He had the broken bone, but he still was running touchdowns. They still couldn't stop him. The only reason he was coming out because his foot was swelled up after the touchdown, but he always, never missed the mark.
Yeah, he was
healthy. It'd have been a different story.
And then the national championship year this past year.
Oh man,
he's just like I said.
But we'd have beat Georgia if he was healthy. Then we'd have beat Georgia.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, we'd have beat them. And that was.
Your experiences over the time going to games and different stuff. You ever sit in the stands and say, man, just look around at the big stadiums and saying, man, we are doing our thing. And when I say we, I mean as a family.
Right.
Like I said, it takes a village to raise a child.
Right.
In every way. And then, to get it to this point, without a doubt, he's got the support of his parents and his family and everything. And like I said, and the community here. It's just wonderful.
The crazy thing, even when you go to the games, and the people that met him, nothing bad to say about him. You got such a humble, smart, respectful young man. So, and a lot of people love him, and I think he grew on people, he's very unselfish, and you don't find too many kids like that,
No.
And so
not in this day and age where it's so easy to sit down in front of a computer and play a game,
right,
instead of go outside,
right,
and then see him excel the way he has. And like when we coached down there with Billy, he showed up one day at practice and when he was here in town and took pictures with all the kids and stuff. Like I said, he's just a great young man, and that's one thing that the National Football League and their scouts look at of who is this person, and what's his background, where he comes from. And he's definitely going to be, like I said, I hope he drafted wherever he wants to go to,
right,
which is Washington. No, I'm messing. I'm a Dolphin fan. I would love to see him in Miami. But talking about the NFL Combine, he won a 4.43 in the 40, and we had Coach Irby on our very first show, and he said that if somebody was running after him, he'd run faster than that. Now that's pretty quick.
Well, I think if you watched it, he came out the block a little slow, a little hesitant, but he hadn't been practicing the 40 either. He only started practicing that week, but and he wasn't really. That was in between meetings and all of that stuff while he was at in training down in Tampa. But unofficially, he ran a 4.39. So.
Oh, okay. A 4.39.
Yes.
Unofficially. That is. Yeah, that is great.
So unofficially, you ran a 4.39.
Yeah, if you're just joining us here on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM, this is The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. Trent Henderson's here with us. Of course, he is the father of Hopewell's own TreVeyon Henderson, who will be drafted. Like I said, I say it with confidence. Will be drafted Thursday or the Thursday or early Friday. And as a parent, describe your feeling of one of your children that are this close to reaching a goal that I'm pretty sure he set a very long time ago for himself and your family.
Well, it's kind of, how do you describe it? And it's still just, I texted him the other day. I said, man, I know you got a lot coming at you, but just pray. It's a whole lot coming at you. I said, man, just talk to God and just find peace somewhere through this. And, and it's just been so exciting, just watching him and all the way through, from Rick when he said he wanted to go to the NFL, and just think Thursday, like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It could become
3 days away.
Yeah. So. Like I said, it's great. Like I said, just seeing, like I said, I'm older now. I'm 54 years old. When you see a kid and you see him grow all the way up, and I was a coach back in the day. I coached girls softball, and I've seen them grow up, and now I've coached some of them girls' kids.
Right.
And you're just seeing them growing up. It's just like, man, that's great. And then when I see them around town, this, that, and the other, I say, hey, that's one of my kids. You know, they're not kids anymore, of course. But, yeah, that's what it's all about. And with TreVeyon getting to the pinnacle of the sport, and without a doubt, whatever team he goes to, I feel confident that he's going to make a difference with that team over a period of time.
Yes.
And the running backs right now, of course, another local sports talk show on a different station in Richmond, we're talking about it this morning. The running back is coming back.
Yes.
So in the National Football League, Barkley proved it. And like I said, it's
you know, you can't put a lot of weight on these running backs. I think it's slow them down. So I think you want to keep them lean, you know, and with speed, and especially with the lines now. You don't have old linemen. I mean, now you got Joker 6'3", 6'4", 325 pounds, running a 4.8 in the 40. So you can't have a running back 270 trying to run the ball. You know, you got to have speed to dodge run from these guys. So I think that's the reason they're making a big comeback.
Yeah, I got a last question for you.
Okay.
And I saw it on your Facebook page, which I thought it was pretty cool. The Ohio State made a trip to the White House recently. Your thoughts on the event of what happened that day? Of course, not political, but it was great seeing a sitting president asking for your son. That's good stuff, man.
Yes, sir. It made me happy, man. It still was
For the folks listening that haven't seen it yet, Vice President Vance picked up the whole trophy, and TreVeyon kind of stand back on the thing.
That's 601 carries with no fumbles, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. 600 carries with no fumbles, and he set it down, and then he handed Vice President Vance the trophy. And then when President Trump got up to speak, the first thing he said was, "Where's TreVeyon Henderson?" And
he said, "I bet you I can't outrun that guy." Huh?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, "I know I can't outrun that guy." Gave him a big hug and everything.
Man.
And your thoughts on that, really, seriously? You know, that's the president of the free world. Politics set aside. You know,
yeah.
And it's just, man, you know, that's the president of the United States.
I told him, I said, "Dad, boy, your draft stocks went up that day." So I told him, just the experience. I'm glad he experienced that, and he said he loved the experience. He said he had a wonderful time. And like I say, I was out and about at the time, and a friend of mine sent me the video, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's.
And so I pulled it up. I'm calling like, hey, record this. And so yes. And my son, he actually recorded it when Trump called his name. He called him Deion Henderson at first. Yes. But like I say, he enjoyed that experience, though. And I'm proud of him, man. Very proud.
Yeah, the whole community is very proud of him. And, y'all, like you said, it takes a village to raise a family, and it takes parents to instill into the young men and women that we raise you can go as far as you want to go. All you got to do is do the work, keep your faith, and continue moving forward, and that's what he's done. And then hopefully Thursday night around the 29th pick,
yes,
which would be Washington. So, but I'm not going to put you on the spot, but of course I'm just saying Washington because it's close to here, where we can travel right up there.
I would love to go. I would love to see him play with Daniels.
Oh yeah,
I really would love.
I
would love to see that.
Because Robinson right now, he ain't really done much. I know offensive line is struggling there in Washington. They need some help there.
Yeah.
But he could ease it up a little bit or disguise the
because
coverage.
him and Daniels in the backfield together. I'd love to see that.
Yeah,
especially the way Daniels scramble also.
Yeah, and now
Harris said, Daniels is very deceptive.
Yeah. Now you said you're a Falcon fan. That's just going to lead me into promoting next week's show. We're going to have Ken Oxendine join us. We're going to record an interview with him and talk about the draft and talk about what he's up to now. Of course, he went to Thomas Dale High School, went to Virginia Tech, and played for the Atlanta Falcons. And get this, a little note there, he won the championship in the XFL in 2001.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's great. So he's going to be joining us next Monday night. And, of course, Tony's Oily World will be with us next week, too. Trent, I cannot thank you enough, man, for joining us here on The Bottom Line. safe trips this weekend to Columbus. And like I said, I really hope, like I said, you'll be there when he gets the call.
Yes.
And that's a big deal.
Yes.
But thanks so much for being here, man. I really appreciate it. And be sure to tell TreVeyon that the whole city of Hopewell is rooting for him. And like I said, we're proud of him no matter where he goes, except the Saints. No, I'm messing. I really hope he goes to wherever he wants to go and successful in every way. We'll be right back here on The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary. This is WHAP, The Point.
K&L Barbecue at 1410 Maple Street, inside Cavalier Square, Hopewell. Wants you to know they have great specials on the daily menu, such as hamburger steaks, grilled chicken, a lightly fried chicken sandwich, and of course, the best chicken and dumplings in the Tri-Cities. And don't forget about their world-famous barbecue and sauce. Dine in or carry out at K&L Barbecue. Call 458-4241. That's 458-4241 for K&L Barbecue.
Uh-oh, stranded on the side of the road, flat tire, dead battery, no worries. Tucker Towing Service, LLC has got your back. Whether it's cars, trucks, motorcycles, or trailers, we're here to get you moving again. Need a jump start or a tire change? We do that too. Proudly serving Hopewell, VA, and surrounding areas. We're fast, reliable, and just a call away. Call Tucker Towing at 804-920-4383 or email us at tuckerstowingservice@gmail.com. Tucker Towing Service, LLC, your roadside lifeline.
Hello, Blue Devil fans. Ligon Jones Insurance is proud to support HHS student athletes. Now more than ever, people are realizing the importance of having a local agent to talk to for all their insurance needs, and we are ready to help. In many situations, Ligon Jones Insurance can offer you better coverage at a better price and include knowledge and service from agents with almost 100 years of combined experience. Located in downtown Hopewell, call us today at 804-458-8522. Visit our website at www.ligonjones.com or reach out via Facebook and see why we continue to grow each and every year with your support. Go Big Blue.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Let Keith and Mandy at Hourglass Realty Group guide you and your family through the journey of home ownership for years to come. With over 17 years of experience as multi-million-dollar producers, they specialize in residential and commercial properties across Richmond, Chesterfield, the Tri-Cities, and surrounding areas. As partner agents with Veterans United, they take pride in helping active and retired veterans find the perfect home. Plus, Keith is a licensed notary for your convenience. Call 804-712-0188. That's 804-712-0188 today and visit them at 11801 Center Street in Chester. They're online at hourglassrealtygroup.com.
Carr Brothers, located at 3100 Jackson Farm Road here in Hopewell. The Gathering Place has great salads, specials every day, and without a doubt, the best burger in town. Call for carryout at 458-4144. That's 458-4144. Carr Brothers.
911, what's your emergency? 911 is the number that can save civilians' lives. 1-800-COP-LINE is the number that can save yours. Did you know more cops die by suicide than in the line of duty? Talk to a cop who cares. Call 1-800-COP-LINE or visit VAFirstResponderWellness.org. The life you save could be your own. Paid for by the Virginia Department of Criminal Justice Services.
doTERRA, where wellness meets nature. From immune-boosting On Guard to invigorating peppermint, along with everything in between. Start your wellness journey today. Reach out to Tony Carr Hathaway. She's been waiting for you. Text wellness to 804-212-8571.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent, right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
Why didn't you just tell me the truth?
Now let's get back to Steve the Truth with The Bottom Line.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. This is Steve the Truth here at Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and 96.9 FM, WHAP, The Point, in the studios. I want to send out a special thank you to Coach Henderson, who was with us in the first part of the show, and still in the K&L Barbecue Studios, Mr. Trent Henderson, who's going to be making a trip to Columbus this weekend. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, leaving out Wednesday, going to have, first of all, we're going to go eat dinner together, spend some family time. Whole lot of families going out. Coaches. Thursday, we'll be sitting, waiting on the phone call. So y'all pray, hopefully, and I know, I got faith we going in the first round.
Yeah, that would be a big deal if he goes in the first round. I watched a couple mock drafts over the weekend, and Woody, I'm sorry I can't get you on. We're going to figure this out here soon. But we'll be back next Monday. And I was watching a mock draft, Trent, and they had TreVeyon going 39th to the Chicago Bears.
Absurd.
Now, look, from the funny part about that is we already have one Hopewellian on the Bears, and that's Wolfer, Darrell Taylor. Now, what's the odds of having two Hopewellians on the same National League football team?
I guess how they say Hopewell representing. Huh?
Yeah, Hopewell representing. You're exactly right. That would be great. But like I said, I'm a Dolphin fan, and we could use a big running back like TreVeyon. But has he spoke about any team that he would like to go, or he just wants an opportunity in the National Football League?
I think he basically just looking for the opportunity, to live his dream. And that's the first thing he's focusing on, to live out his dream and see where we go, And like I say, it's still like it don't seem real, 3 days to go. So.
I know it's going to be great. It's like I said, I know all around here and just listening to the national shows speak of the young man about how much he could help a team that already has an offensive line. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he ain't blocking and catching balls from Patrick Mahomes with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, wow.
Now, that they're right there at the end of the top, and they need a running back, and Andy Reid loves blocking running backs.
That West Coast offense.
Yes, that would be, man, he would excel with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes.
Which I think he's going to do no matter what.
Andy Reid is a real good coach. So.
Yeah, and that article today that everybody's sending out about Washington spending a lot of time looking at him and of what they want, and like I said, I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Yes.
And like I said, nothing can go wrong, so far as who drafts him and where he goes, because he has the ability to do what he needs to do at the next level. Yep, Trent, we thank you again for joining us today, and we'll be back next Monday. Be sure to check out all our sponsors, K&L Barbecue, Hourglass Realty Group with Keith and Mandy, and Leggin Jones Insurance. That's Andy Clark. They're in Prince George now. We got a new spot coming from him. He's going to record that the first of this week. And Car Brothers, of course, will be out there very shortly. And then we have Tony's Oily Worlds and Tucker's Towing. If you need any Tucker's towing service, give them a call as well. They're located right here in Hopewell. Be sure to go like our Facebook page, The Bottom Line Sports Talk Radio Show. So with that, Harry, we'll be back next Monday. And don't forget, we got guests all lined up the next couple weeks. And the 1st of June, we're going to make an announcement of a big announcement here for our show right here at the studio.
That's right. I'm on the edge of my seat. I also want to do a shout out to Keith the Bluegrass Barber. His show 6 to 9 on Saturdays, and Buddy's Grass and Gospel 9 to 12 also on Saturdays.
That's right. And of course, every morning right here on WHAP The Point, you can listen to the morning show with Gordon Finney.
Gordon Finney.
Of course, he does trivia every hour. Be sure to check him out. He takes your calls as well in the morning. And like I said, that's going to do it for us right here at the studios. You're listening to WHAP The Point.
See you Thursday.
What was I just listening to?
You've been listening to Steve DeTruth Nugent with The Bottom Line on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM.
This is Mark Malone, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
This is Donovan McNabb, and you're listening to The Bottom Line with Steve Nugent right here on Sports Radio 1340 WHAP Hopewell.
You've been listening to The Bottom Line with Steve the Truth, featuring Harry Clary right here on WHAP Hopewell, The Point.